If I were to recommend a pet to somebody who's never had a pet before, I'd insist on the pigeon. They're completely harmless and really hardy. Like, they're hardy as hell. They're willing to stand up to literally any opponent twice their size. I have seen it. I don't know whether they're stupid or they're brave or they're just plain persistent, but they're just... what the hell is that? What happened to his face? Oh, his beak is just tiny. They look so posh and so beautiful, yet they're treated just like the homeless. What I love about pigeons is when you grab them around the neck, they try to like, not struggling, but trying to squeeze itself out of your hands. It sounds awful, but it's really adorable. Damn, they got I took some pictures of my boys in the city. For the first one, we got, I always say, we got, truly refined pigeons do not succumb to corn enjoyment. If it has a roof, it has a house. I think that's pigeon logic. I'm not sure about that one. All I know is that he's inside, so he's definitely not taking a shit. Yeah, they make those noises. I don't necessarily know that noise, but found a tagged pigeon. Yes. Get some nice close-up pics of that tag. Oh yeah. This is Bread. He was very friendly. He's a city pigeon and he let us pet him. Typically, pigeons are very comfortable being around you if they're in a massive flock. If you want to get yourself a pigeon that you can pet, go to a large amount of pigeons. Don't feed them bread though. That's unhealthy. You gotta feed them seeds or nuts. Yes, pigeons love gobbling nuts. Yeah, despite pigeons being very posh animals, they are very messy with their food. They try to pick out the best seeds, and then they eat the rest of the seeds, but all the seeds are scattered everywhere. But it's okay, because they'll eat it eventually. Pigeons are kind of like janitors of the city. Some more of Bread, the cute... Hey, where did he go? Hey! Where? Fiverr is handsome-y. What the hell? God. This guy's changed drastically the more you go out into the country. I found this pigeon on a balcony. He would not fly, he would walk through. He can eat and drink. I waited him to fly away in the next 2 weeks. However, then he wouldn't fly at all. I brought him in finally into a box inside. He doesn't like being touched. He's generally roaming inside the box, drinking and eating every few hours. I can't see is there some problem with this anything to pigeons like to keep themselves very clean. Birds love to keep themselves very clean. That's why they love taking baths. If a bird is unclean, then that either means they're sick, they're old, or they're stupid. I mean, it doesn't look generally all that... I mean, given the way his bottom of his wings and his tail thing is, it probably seems like he's in a bit of pain. But the nature of pigeons is a weird one. He probably... I mean, according to the original poster, he has no damages on his wings, except for that lack of feathers. I assume the thing is that he can fly, but he chooses not to fly. I think he's reaching the end of this lifespan. But pigeons can live up to 15 years when they're in as a pet. I found a sick bird. He doesn't fly. When he walks, it's like walk, 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 circle, walk, walk, walk. He really wants to eat, but can't aim anymore. He flips his food. Seems super dizzy. What's going on and how can I help him? Can birds get drunk? Oh, this situation. What should I do if I find pigeon eggs and the parents are both dead next to it? At times like this comes the rules of nature that are implemented into modern society. The pigeon is already considered dead with the lack of its parents, and it might even die in your own hands. That is why it's your choice. If you find eggs and the parents are both dead, you can either leave it alone or try to incubate them. I don't know what an incubator is, but eggs like to be kept warm. If you succeed in incubation, you get yourself free pets. If you fail your you get yourself sadness. Had to separate Dad as he seemed abusive, picking on baby and mum. They're like human beings, but with feathers. Alright, some are passive and others are more aggressive. And this is to each other. When a pigeon is horny, he is willing to follow a female to the ends of her extent. Literally get super cocky, puff up his chest to look big and strong, and he's just gonna keep following her until she eventually gives up. And also, I assume that birds know the concept of responsibility. This dad generally didn't want to have a child, but he was still forced to have a child. But because pigeon society isn't like person society, he can now peck on the baby as much as he wants. He's like that because he's an asshole. What are these warts I found on a pigeon's head? That, in my opinion, that looks a bit like infection. Pigeon infection. Yeah, it is an infection. It's infected. Stuck cock with pox vesicles on the eyelids and the sir. Compare that to this. Yep, seems like pigeon pox, alright. Approach the pigeon slowly. And chill. Don't freak out with any sudden moves. Let the what? They're into... What? They smell stuff too? Thought you'd all appreciate this. Feeding the pigeons. Except it's not the real experience, because there's no alpha pigeon that just flies onto the hand and starts biting the crap out of the other pigeon's neck. And then when that pigeon's flown away, that same pigeon, that same alpha flies onto that pigeon who just keeps biting the crap out of its neck. I don't know why. Oh, right, it's called bullying. Some birds believe that stealing food from other birds makes that food taste better. Can I potty train a pigeon? No, but you can slap a diaper on it. The cola looks warm and the pizza looks cold. All of that for 26... Piss off! I made no attempt for faint of me picking him/her up. I've called bird rescue and they have not got back yet. Pigeons can be both really smart and really stupid. And at times a pigeon just realizes its life is over. The giant has come up to me, and it's picking me up with its hands, so I best just let it eat me or whatever. In other words, I feel like this is a win, you get a free pet! This one's beautiful. Oh, they're so goofy. Saw this pretty baby on my college campus today. Thought I would share. That's adorable. You just see an albino pigeon just minding its own business, and you just have to post it on social media. It's appropriate because it's not a human. Disabled female pigeon preening herself. I don't know why you had to give her all those woke points, but pigeons tend to do this to themselves to get rid of pin feathers. It feels good and you often see them doing this in the wild. I don't know what birds do to become so round, but assuming the fact that it looks like a potato, it obviously is very chill and happy with its life. Or it's just really freaking cold. My new pigeon, Harlem! People seem to like the brown or albino pigeons more than the regular pigeons. I guess the nail that protrudes from the wall does get hammered after all. Having breakfast next to them doing the same. Well, at least they're doing somebody's work for them. Sorry for the low quality photo, but look at this beautiful boy. Oh yes, look at the boy. Look at how proud he is of himself when he's walking. I'm standing, side profile. Yeah, pigeons tend to grow up really fast, but it would be best not to look at the babies, cause the babies are very ugly. These are baby pigeons, by the way. As you can see, their beak has already fully developed. Have you ever looked at a bird's haircut and just thought, originally, to each other, pigeons are quite awful. You know, they have their best moments and they have their worst moments, but all in the same, they all shit on everybody equally. But pigeons are built to not hurt. They're passive to people. But can you guess one animal that is not passive to people? That's right, the seagull! I don't know whether they eat fish or they... Oh god, he's gobbling that thing up. Seagulls have no morals. They're like people from the ghetto. You can always assume the white birds are filled with darkness. Because there cannot be light without the darkness. When they're not standing, staring, they're out there being cocky and stealing people's food and crapping on things. I don't know what they crap on. They're also very noisy. I think they do that to assert dominance. Ah! They're the bullies of the city. Beware of seagull. He's on the prize. What's this? That's easy. And then it just gobbles it up like a gay guy on a Friday evening. Just... I am hip and I'm freestyling to this beat and I'm really cool. This is what I'm doing for an outro or something. Yeah, it's cool. Look at my beat. I don't own it, but it's cool. Like,